Alright, so after a brief hiccup with the Moto software, we are ready to go. Yes, you'll play first. As much as I love land Goblin Guide hands, we have to mulligan this one, because there isn't enough. And we get a better Goblin Guide hand. Not mulligan. Our opponent keeps their opening 7. We will start things off by getting in there. Razormane Masticore. Just leave these over to the side. Alright. So, that immediately tells me our opponent's like a slower deck. But, okay, white so far. Okay, and then we'll play out this boa. Oh, wait, oops. Yeah, gotta let my Goblin Guide's damage go through. And we'll F6. So, our opponent hasn't gotten any value off the Goblin Guide yet. Pro red, but it has Shadow, so it looks like he might be an aggressive deck, but just keep getting in there. Hypnotic Spectre. Ooh, double black, so our opponent will have to hit Running Swamps in order to. Alright, so things are looking pretty good for us. If we draw a Forest, Vengevine comes down, which is pretty sick. Oh, our opponent is mana screwed. Almost, or, well, maybe. We'll see. They might play land after attacking. But, Star Priest, not the best card against a really aggressive deck, even though we're red-based. Because that doesn't block us, and we have more, well, currently we have more power worth of guys on the table. If our opponent doesn't play a land here, it's almost tempting to not attack with the Goblin Guide, just to not give them value. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it if our opponent does not play a land. So our opponent did play a land and then got Piana out, who is, whenever it attacks, attacking creatures get +1/+1 till end of turn. So, oh, we gave our opponent the land. All right, so we put, and we will keep the Piana on it. That's actually a really good card for us. So at the end of our turn, we'll make a Piana, and then we can actually. No, I was going to say we make a Piana and then make another Piana in our main phase, but that's no good because they're legendary. And so, as awesome as it would be if their effects were cumulative, they are not. Oh, Sultari Monk. Oh, sorry, everyone does have the aggressive sort of white deck, but they do both have Shadow. So in the end step, we will make a Piana. Attacking creatures get... Man, that's pretty good. Oh, that's sick. I think we win the game here. Yeah, we get the GG. All our guys get pumped. Yeah, that's pretty sick. Without something like a Disfigure or something, that will be it. Alright, in sideboarding, so our opponent's white-black with a lot of those shadow guys. So we on the draw, it's going to be harder to deal with them. So I'm just trying to think, is there anything? Our pingers are really good, obviously, but there is the one that has pro red. So almost makes me want to board in some random green guys. I'm not sure. I think this configuration is actually fine. I think we are faster than our opponent, and so that should help us a lot. It's because they're playing 5 drops like Razormane Masticore. And their mana is pretty bad because they have a bunch of double white cards and they have stuff like Hypnotic Spectre. So I think we should be fine. And I'll see you in game 2. Alright, we are here in game 2 of round 1. I assume our opponent is okay. I assume our opponent is on the play. Yes, this is true. Would I like to mulligan this hand? Nope, this is fine. It's not nearly as fast as our last hand, but hopefully our opponent doesn't have the pro-red shadow guy, and that Cunning Spark Mage will go to town. Oh, that's a pretty good draw. And we do have the mountain next turn. That's pretty sick. So even if our opponent does play a pro-black, see, that one's fine because we're just going to Spark Mage it in a couple turns. No, Sultari Priest would be really awkward for us, though. I am more than happy if my opponent chooses to have their lands damage themselves. Vendetta is fine. Ooh, Bloodbraid Elf is always a good one. I'm going to Spark Mage, though. Get rid of it right now, just in case our opponent untaps and has like a sudden death or something, and then we can't respond. So, ooh, our opponent has a red splash. Interesting. Phyrexian Arena. Okay, I am more than fine with them playing that. We will Bloodbraid Elf into Char. Happily Char my opponent. Alright, this game's looking very well in hand. Our opponent's going to 6. We have Fire Blast, so because if our opponent doesn't deal with any number of our threats, having Fire Blast is really the icing on the cake, though. We just even if our opponent goes Baneslayer Angel here, we shoot him and then we untap and then we Fire Blast for the win. Okay. And to add insult to injury, and see here, if our opponent has the removal spell, they might think they're in the clear, but really we have the Fire Blast, which is going to unmake is fine. We'll play Zozu. And we'll sack our mountains. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have any counterspells, and we win the game. Alright, and that's the first round. Nice and fast. We will see you in the next round.